back, guys. So today we'll be talking about trendline trading. So, like I said before, trading is basically support and resistance. Yeah, it's basically support and resistance. So, what is a trend line? Trend line is a kind of support and resistance that is slanting. This time around, it's like this. It's like this. You get so this is a support here. If you notice now, this serves as a support on this trend line. This is a support on the trend line. Get me? So that's it. That's basically it. So how to draw a trend line? Of course, I just did that now. I'll be showing you guys how to draw a trend line. A trend line is the connection of two or more troughs. Two or more troughs. That's what is a trend line. And I'm going to show you what is a trough. See what the trough here or peak. Yeah. So see what the trough here. This is a trough. So when you connect it together on the wick, that forms a trend line. You get me? So this an uptrend trend line drawing an uptrend. Let me draw one for a downtrend. So this is it. This is this is the one for a downtrend. So price goes like this, drop goes up, come down, goes up, come down, goes up, down. So you connect it with this. See that. Get so that's simply it's the connection of two or more troughs. That's how you draw a trend line. So you now ask me what is this trend line used for? So trend line is basically measures where price tends to react from, serves as a resistance or a support to the market movement. So you can see, so we have two types of trading strategies. You can use white trading using your trend line. You can use the trend line bounce and or trend line breakout. So see what I mean by trend line bounce. Trend line bounce means that price will come here, bounce off here, and continue falling. Or price comes here and break out, maybe retest, then go up. So these are the two methods of trading trend lines. So let me simply show you, let me go to the chart and show you one or two things on trend line. Then we'll now dive straight into trend line breakout and trend line bounce. Yes. So let me show you something. So this is it. Yeah. If you notice, I've always been using GBP because that's my very favorite pair. I love the pair very well. So on the one time frame, you can see something for yourself here. If you notice, price has been in an uptrend. Shit. Price has been in an uptrend. Good for our time frame. So you can see it very, very clearly. This is a clear uptrend. You can see this is a clear uptrend. So what you're basically expecting now is for price to simply come down to this trend line, continue buying. In that sense, we are making use of the trend line bounce. So I'll quickly explain the trend line bounce and I'll explain the trend line breakout. There's a trend line breakout around here. I caught, but I'll be explaining that on the next video, but not that's not for today. So see the trend line bounce here. So for you to catch a trend line bounce, first and foremost, you must have appropriately drawn out your trend lines very well, just like the one you're seeing on my screen. Must have appropriately drawn out your trend line. So see what you do next now is you use your Fibonacci tool. I know I've not taught you guys how to use Fibonacci tool. I'll still do that, but use your Fibonacci tool and mark out this. Look out for 50 and 61.8 retracement to this point. So you can see we have 50 and 60, 50, 0.50 and 0.618. See them, that's the golden zone. So we'll just mark it out. This is 50. This is 61.8. So all we just need now is just for price to come down to these zones that we've marked out now before we can react. Mind you, price must not actually get to 50 or 61.8. You understand? It's just a prospect, an anticipated range for price to get to before we start looking for buy. But the moment price comes, it might do like this now. This thing you're seeing now, I do like this, do like this, do like this, do like, then finally bounce here before you don't take a buy up. Um, so this is it for trendline bounce. So if you can see here from here, this here now, this here happened from a trendline bounce. This. So let's mark out our Fibonacci 2 from here to here. So these are our two. You can see where the price will react from. You see 50. Let me use this and mark out our golden zone. 50 and 61 point, just in between them. That was where price reacted from before it's pushed up. You get me? So you can see price came back to exactly that zone and before it's pushed up. So then this is just it's not just all it has to do with. It's not just all you have to just see. There are some other entry methods that you can use to enter. So like this trade now, the way I caught it, I think I taught it in the last class. I went out 30 minutes time frame, and it was this advanced market structure stuff that I used to catch it. Yes, yes, that was it. That was it. That was it. That was it. I believe you can see it clear now. So see what I used to catch it. Price pushed up, came back down, break above here. Then finally it took out this inducement and then rally up. Understand? So at every point in time, price gets to your zone. Yes, let's call it your zone. That your 51.8 or 61.8 or 50 zone. But watch out for these two patterns. As that that's your zone. Watch out for these patterns. Watch out for this. Sorry, my chart looks messy and I wouldn't want it to be like that. Let me just quickly arrange everything to be nice. So see what you're going to look out for. So at that point, this. Look out for firstly this, and then that's for buy. Get me? Or you look out for this. Um, and once price comes back to this, can head up. This thing I'm showing you works very well on deriv. See trendline bounce and trendline breakout, it works very well on deriv. So at that's your major zone, at this your zone, this your golden zone. Watch out for these two stuffs I drew out for you. Yes, so you can back test it and give me feedback on that. Don't worry, I'll show you. I don't want this video to be long, and I'll show you how to go about trendline breakout. Yeah, I'll show you how to go about trendline breakout on the next video. Yeah, but this is it. On your golden zone, watch out for these two. One must form, then you take your trade. Then again, this works very well on deriv. I'll show more of that tomorrow. Yes, on deriv. I'll head over to deriv chat and show you more of trendline breaks and trendline bounces that played out very, very well. Yeah. Without that, let's call it a day. Remember, you have to practice for you to get mastery. Yeah. So backtest this, and if you have any issues, you can drop a comment. Yeah. Drop your comments, like, subscribe, and share. Cheers to it.